So we are back where we left off. We got Random Rob, De La Soul, Anthony over here. We got Cool. I'm Chef Went Crazy. We were talking about the flat Earth versus the globe Earth, or is it round Earth? Is globe Earth right, or what is it?
Sphere Earth.
Spherical Earth.
Sphere Earth. 3D
Earth.
Earth.
A little bit about religion and shit. We about to pick up where we left off, man. Where we starting, Rob?
Let's probably get some current events. Start off with have you guys kept up with the Tesla Cybertruck that blew up in the Trump Hotel?
No, what you got on it, man?
What about you, Anthony?
Have you guys heard anything? No.
I mean, I've seen, but I didn't look into it or nothing.
I was fascinated by it, obviously, because it happened here in town. So it happened. So long story short, if people don't know about it, it was same day. You guys seen the whole New Orleans terrorist attack where the guy ran over a bunch of people on Bourbon Street?
That was on New Year's Day, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it happened here in Vegas New Year's Day too, I believe.
Yeah.
So the same day that happened, the Cybertruck incident happened where the Cybertruck pulls up to the Trump Hotel lobby, and it was there like for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and boom, it explodes. You see fireworks popping out. So at first it looked like it was just a Cybertruck having malfunction, exploding. But later on they find out it's a Green Beret in the truck, and he had a bunch of explosives in the back, and it looked kind of like a terrorist attack. But then he left a suicide note and a bunch of messages saying he wanted to leave he basically was tired of. He was basically saying the U.S. government's hiding a bunch of stuff, and he's tired of hiding it, and he thinks we have UAPs, and so does China. UAPs are what was it called? Unidentified aerial phenomenons. I can't say that word. Say that word.
Drones.
So
you would think he want to stay alive to try and talk about this shit versus do that. No?
He basically also said he in one of his suicide notes, he basically said he feels terrible with the stuff he'd done, and he basically doesn't want to stick around anymore either. So it's a lot of others. So there's a lot of theories out there. So some people think he's telling the truth. Some people think it's not him. But long story short, he killed himself before the freaking truck went off. Or he killed himself while the truck went off with a Desert Eagle. But they tested his DNA towards his son's DNA. It's not the same DNA.
It's a different guy.
So some people are like, typical military wife. The kid's not his.
Oh, shit.
But who knows?
Damn.
Go ahead.
No, Della sent a video earlier about how his thing was plotted with ChatGPT.
Oh man!
So the first thing I thought of is how you're always like, oh, Grok versus ChatGPT.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I've been fascinated by it, and so one spin on it is there's been like this whole new movement of saying like we have a bunch of sleeper cells here in the U.S. now with like Al Qaeda and like and what's the other bad guys? ISIS.
China.
But to me, it seems very convenient. Like, oh, now ISIS and Al Qaeda's infiltrating our country now. Like
right after everything.
And then of course they're saying they're all Iran sponsored. We've been wanting to go to war with Iran for the longest. We need a new boogeyman. The Russia thing didn't really work out. Like the Ukraine Russia stuff. Long story short, we wanted that Russia-Ukraine war for a very long time. But Trump kind of came around and kind of messed up the whole plan. When Hillary was supposed to become president, that was the plan. Make Russia the boogeyman. And so we could... We've been wanting Ukraine for a very, very long time.
Right.
And Ukraine's been very corrupt for a very, very long time. And they finally got that war, but it took way too long. And then it's going, but I don't think it's going as planned. But they've always wanted dibs on Iran. They've always wanted Iran to fall. For whatever reason. So they're doing this whole sleeper cell. U.S. has a bunch of terrorist attacks coming, blah, 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 blah. But I find it hard to believe, bro. That you guys ever traveled internationally, and when you come into the U.S., into U.S. customs, you don't have to show your passport. The minute you scan, they know who you are. Do you remember coming back from Colombia and going through U.S. customs?
I didn't go to Colombia. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you have to show your passport. They didn't have no face scan for when I came in.
To U.S. customs?
Yeah, I had to show my passport.
Both really?
In and out. Yeah.
So, but they can identify you right away. They can identify you right away.
Maybe.
Yeah. So supposedly they're saying all these people snuck in, and now we have all these sleeper cells, and we better be. There's gonna be a lot of terrorist attacks this year. Because long story short, there's like a whole bunch of new podcasts keep popping up, and now what's big now in the military world is like all these ex-CIA contractors. They're like killing it in the podcast world, and they're saying they're ex-CIA.
I see those guys.
So there's like a thing else. There's no such thing as ex-CIA. When you're CIA, you're always CIA. But their whole pitch is like he was on Rogan recently. His name is Sean something. He's getting big and big, and he had a guy on that received a letter from the guy that blew up the Tesla truck saying all this stuff, but it's all very convenient. It just seems like they're just gearing up for more,
plotting more shit.
Yeah, they just want another war.
So you know what I'm thinking of is how he was saying that the guy in Antarctica was basically like a plant. What if they're putting this guy out as like a CIA guy to, all right, this is the stories we'll give y'all, but you'll never know everything type shit. This is what we're willing to give y'all through him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the guy that
he's a shield.
I
learned that today.
Look at Chef.
He's a shield.
Let's go.
New word unlocked.
I'm calling hella people that now.
But how convenient the Tesla driver guy that died, how convenient is in his in one of his letters or emails, he's talking about how the whole UAP thing, like, dude, China has all this technology, so does the US, and we have no idea what we're in for. You know how the whole drone stuff has been big news lately?
Yeah.
Like, of course, this is connected that to somehow.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know how to so who knows?
It's all piece by piece.
Yeah.
At this point.
What do you think is going on with when you hear about the UFO stuff, the UAP stuff, like the New Jersey stuff, what the drone stuff? What do you think it is?
Ooh. Can you pass the cutters?
Shoot.
Cutters, bro.
Honestly, I didn't even pay attention to it. It could be, UFOs from other worlds. It could be the government. It's either one of the two.
We
it
think
could be
Della?
both. I don't know.
Right now, it's looking like we're being set up for more political shit. Kind of just to play off what you've been saying. If all that other war stuff that we're doing in the last 5 years wasn't working out, like, all right, let's switch it to a new focus.
Yeah, and then it's not a coincidence. All this shit's happening right. We're about to change presidents.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be a very, very interesting year, and the year just got started.
Bro, yeah, it's only been a little over a week.
But yes, I think we're gonna see a lot of supposedly like terrorism scares, and it's funny. The CIA has this playbook, and they usually run the same playbook. Like, you'd think there'd be more like they would have more different playbooks, but if it ain't broke, why break it?
Yeah, it always works.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck it.
And what always works is homegrown terrorism, like or terrorism in our country.
Yeah.
That'll scare most people. But yeah, so it's the info's still coming out on that, but you could tell they're kind of selling it as like, ISIS and Al Qaeda's infiltrating our country. We better be careful. Blah blah. And then the other sell they're doing is like, China has technology out there. We gotta be careful. Blah 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 blah.
Trump recently just came out and said that we should be connected to Canada or some shit like that. What's your thoughts on that? It's like what?
Trump's doing this whole
the nation.
So you know how he did the whole Panama Canal thing too. That so back in Jimmy Carter, we helped build the Panama Canal.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Carter sold it back to Panama for like a super cheap. I forgot what it was. I think it was technically $1.
Yeah.
Whatever reason he gave it to him. And so Trump's whole thing is like, dude, that's ours. Give it back.
He's
and then
we need that.
And then he said the other day we're gonna rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
So he's doing this whole like America first, like everything. He wants to buy Iceland.
Yeah.
Or Greenland. So I don't know why he's doing all that. It's
he's stepping on toes right now, man.
Yeah. But Trump, people don't realize, but Trump's very more calculated than he comes off as. And he always has his advisors. Someone's telling him to do something.
Somebody's telling him to say that.
But one thing, his whole tone kind of changed after his assassination attempt. Like he kind of got in line.
I mean, I would hope.
And he never talks about it, bro. Like, it's weird. Like, even when you ask him about, when you see him in the interview when he gets asked about it, he doesn't really want to talk about it. But you could tell like his tone changes. Like there's fear. Like,
well, I mean, it's the seriousness of it. Somebody did try to kill you.
Yeah, but
And-
Or he's trying to cover it up, so he's like, it's better not to talk about it.
oh,
You know what I mean?
shit.
So he's kind of like, let me just leave this alone before I fuck this whole shit up.
cause so you're under the idea that maybe.
I mean,
he
I'm
was
just
in on
ask
it.
no,
questions, bro.
I'm saying the theory. I'm
I
saying the
have no
theory.
idea.
I'm saying the theory is
In theory.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I never seen no interview and talking, or I'm just throwing out questions, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people think he set that up to win the presidency.
Hey, it might have worked if that was the case.
Bro, all this political shit is just one big TV show, and that's how I see all of it, bro. All of it is just one big ass TV show. That's why I have to ask questions like that. I'm like, oh, maybe it could have been this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We're just on the conversation of, just being told that the Earth could be flat or the Earth could be a globe over control reasons or enslavement reasons. So how is this not another form of just like putting out entertainment or,
Yeah, it's always a big old political show. It's it's political theater. It's live theater.
So are the Republicans and the Democrats actually on the same team?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah.
So then it's just all a facade.
Well, yeah. One
about
thing.
left versus right,
Yeah.
Trump versus Hillary.
It's SmackDown
Segregation
versus
is-
Raw.
It's just all the big
illusion of choice.
big illusion, and they're all in it together, and they're all on the same team, and it's them versus us.
Could be.
Yeah, one thing they love having us argue about cultural like stuff like abortions and stuff like that. But one thing they never argue about is the military spending bill.
Yeah, that's the first.
They're always on the same page. They always increase that motherfucker. So and then yeah, it's all facade because you always hear left wing, right wing, but people are like it's the same goddamn bird.
Whoa, shit. That was a bar.
If it's all a facade, then did he really get shot in the ear, or was that just a stage scripted event?
So one thing for sure, the firefighter did die. The guy hit with the bullet. I think he did die.
Did you see him die?
People did see him die.
Did you see him die?
Did you see him die?
No, I didn't see him.
Were you there?
So you think he died?
Yeah, I'm like I'll
he
say
believes he died.
He believes.
Yeah, I'm 95% sure he died.
Right. That's good. I'll respect that.
I'll say that. But I think the kid the supposed shooter he was a patsy for sure, bro. Okay, speaking of patsy, so what do you think happened with the JFK? Do you have any idea or any theories at least? Obviously, so no idea. Never got into it.
It's just I wasn't born yet, so I have no idea what could have happened. Anything could have happened.
Yeah, I always like this expression to say the last president we had was JFK. Ever since then, everybody else got in line.
He was a cool guy.
I think everybody learned the lesson after JFK.
Probably was the coolest one, huh?
Bro, yeah, he was a
the
younger
coolest
guy.
You know
what I'm saying? He's cool.
the coolest conspiracy I heard recently that Marilyn Monroe was a CIA operative.
Hey.
So they used her to get to JFK.
You did?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, you gotta say Transformer.
Not far fetched, bro.
Wait, what'd you say about?
I didn't say I was gonna get
Transformer.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe was a Transformer?
No, I don't know. We're just saying shit.
Dang. Nah, that's a crazy one. Imagine.
Buddy.
Yes. Oh yeah, we hella went off topic, but yeah, that's all I got on the Tesla truck guy right now. We'll see if anything else gets further, but they're basically spinning it like when we're under attack and there's gonna be more attacks.
You think Tesla's stock is gonna go up after that?
You know what's kind of creepy and
Hey,
interesting?
but it's their job to always keep people in fear, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, that's fear cells.
Propaganda. Yeah.
The psyop.
What else? What else? Any other current events I'm trying to think of?
Shit, the LA fires, bro. I mean, that shit is crazy to me.
Oh yeah, that's happening today. That
It's like
started.
you have crazy big ass fires and 90-mile-per-hour winds. Like, how the fuck do you line those two up for them to happen at the same time?
No, I to be fair, the fires are getting crazy because of the 90-mile-per-hour winds. They're like there's firefighters on record saying like California's bound to burn because they don't do good enough job burning all the leftover brush.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the climate over there, but are 90-mile-an-hour winds common in California? Like, is that a normal thing for there to be?
So
that high
there's
winds, or
firefighters
what?
saying on record, dude, all it takes is one crazy wind and California's fucked.
It's all the trees over there, bro. It's all green.
I'm from California.
Yeah,
There's a lot of crazy wind.
With
Really?
So
in the
90
hills
miles?
too, bro. In the
90
hills,
miles
that
is
shit gets
crazy,
trapped.
dog.
you know, every once in a while we get hit with the wind here. This
Shit comes from there.
the West Coast.
It's not 90 miles an hour. What the fuck? I'm gonna
Where
look it up.
does wind come from?
Is wind real?
What causes wind? That's a real question.
Yeah.
Harp? You talking about harp?
Oh yeah,
Weather?
the organization.
Like even the real wind. Like what causes wind?
Oh, I see you're saying from a flat Earth perspective.
Not even from a flat Earth, just from
In
around
general.
Earth. Like what causes wind?
There's a real explanation. I looked it up before. I obviously didn't fully understand it, but there's a real explanation of how wind starts. But it starts from the ocean and then it carries on. We're gonna have to ask ChatGPT
Like,
now.
does it just come out of the ocean?
No,
is
it's,
is it like it's what energy from the waves, motion?
I think so. We're gonna have to have ChatGPT answer.
Where does the wind?
What'd you
come
look up
from?
first?
I put how often is 85 mile per hour wind in LA.
What you got?
It pretty much says never. That's basically what it says, bro.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe the headline I read is wrong and it wasn't 85, 90 mile per hour winds. Did you read that too?
No, it was strong winds. Yeah, you're the only one I've heard from that's 80 miles per hour
Oh,
wind.
shit, man. Somebody need to clean my Instagram feed, bro. What? Don't get your news from Instagram. Don't get your news from Instagram. God damn it.
But yeah, hope everyone in LA stays safe, man. That is
shit's
crazy.
sad.
But LA, it's so fascinating, right? Because LA is like one of the most beautiful. California in general, it's one of the most beautiful places in the country. But that place is a fucking shit show waiting to happen every time, bro. The earthquakes, the San Andreas fault line,
Yeah.
and then all the fires
Nah,
all the
bro,
time.
it's pretty close. It's a wind gust that fanned the Los Angeles fires peaked at over 75 miles per hour on Wednesday.
Yeah, peaked. So probably constant like 50, 60 miles an
That's
hour.
insane, though. It says that the average wind speed in like LA is 7.7 miles per hour. The strongest recorded gust reached 53.9 miles per hour in February 2023. So how is it coincidentally that there's fires and the highest recorded winds? So is the fire making the wind faster?
No, the wind makes the fire way crazier.
I get that. I get how fire
somebody
spreads,
somebody
bro,
didn't
but
put out their blend,
that shit
bro.
don't make no sense to me, man. None of this shit makes sense.
So what do you? So what are you implying here, sir?
How is there fires and there's 85 mile per hour winds when there's never 85 mile per hour winds?
No, don't say 85 miles. Say 75.
Oh, peaked at 75 mile per hour winds. That shit makes no sense to me.
No, okay.
That shit makes no sense.
There's a clip
bro.
going viral right now of Rogan saying one of the reasons why he got out of California because he's like, dude, I talked to a firefighter out there. He's like, all it takes is one really bad wind and LA's fucked. And hence this past week. LA's not a safe place, bro. when it comes to like natural disasters,
Yeah,
bro.
no, they got mudslides, earthquakes, fires.
It was bound to happen, Chef. Though I'm telling you, these fires are bound to happen, and they don't do a good job as far as preventing it. So I forgot where the Native Americans are famous for doing controlled fires, where they'll burn down all unnecessary brushes because they know if you don't, if it's gonna burn by itself, then you're fucked. So they don't do that in California.
Yeah.
California is the 5th largest economy in the world, but they're so overwhelmed with all their bullshit. They don't focus enough on one thing. And then like the homelessness, they spend like $20 billion a year. I'm making a number up, but it's billions of dollars a year. But you know what? All it is all these organizations freaking cashing in. If they fix it, they can't get paid next year.
Yeah.
So they fix it a little bit. So imagine, they don't give a fuck. They're not focusing on no damn the forest fires.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of incompetence, but it's also a lot of greediness. And so like I saw a video right now. Trump was talking on Rogan how California doesn't want to focus on their water reservoirs and something else, and for that they're gonna pay for having the fires. And boom.
Straight up.
And of course, Trump today was tweeting about throwing Governor Newsom right under the bus. Like this is on him.
Yeah.
He could have prevented this, which is probably true.
From a political standpoint, they've been in trouble for a long time now.
Yeah, they just been running off that how powerful that economy is, but
Yeah.
it's. Do you think we'll be alive? Do you think anytime soon they'll turn Republican? The state.
Bro, I was right. So it was supposed to be 35 to 55 mile per hour winds, but there's heat-induced air movement. Wildfires generate intense heat, which causes the air around the fire to raise rapidly.
Yep.
So therefore, increasing wind speeds.
There you go.
So that's why I'm trying to piece together, like, how the fuck did it reach 80 to 100 mile per hour winds?
So yeah, so the wind started first, and then the fire got crazier, and then the fire makes the wind even crazier.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I wanted to know. Okay.
There you go.
Fucked up. So, is it a psyop?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it like
it another Hawaii?
Mm.
That's the question.
The Hawaii one looked way more fishier.
Yeah.
I think in California is some real fires. Cause why do these rich people burn down their own houses?
Insurance, and move over here.
I seen some tweet today about
It's like the World Trade Center with the whole insurance thing. Then you never mind.
the Building 7 or which one?
Allegedly, I read somewhere.
Oh
completely
yeah.
wrong, though.
I've seen that conspiracy where
It's not a conspiracy. He really got the insurance thing. I mean, allegedly.
the guys that own the
Yeah.
So here's a funny question about 9/11. Do you guys think it was an inside job?
Oh yeah.
Isn't there proof now?
Right.
No, just
So most people would say, yeah, I do believe it was an inside job. Now my next question is, who were flying the planes? Who flew the airplanes into the buildings?
Saying, was anybody on them? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying who flew it into the buildings? Was it terrorists?
Nah. I don't know.
Who do you believe flew airplanes into the buildings?
Yeah.
if I already know how you think. So I'm already thinking ahead. Like this guy thinks it's some hologram shit. But supposedly it was like some kamikaze kind of guys. Like there were some.
But were they terrorists? Were they like Al-Qaeda?
He's asking, was it Americans or was it the other people?
No, there are other people. Supposedly, if you follow the 17 guys that did it, they came from Pakistan. Where else they come from? Saudi.
So they were Middle Eastern terrorists.
Dude, we're about to get Alex Jones Sandy hooked, bro, on episode 5. Watch.
Wait. So it was terrorists that flew the airplanes into the building. So then how was it an inside job?
Oh, no. I say inside job because it was a... So, okay. All right. This one gets deep. So if you go look at the 9/11 Commission report, there's a few stuff that got blacked out. Blacked out means for national security, they can't tell you what's in there. So there's theories of why the people that are behind that were part of it was Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the U.S. government. So they obviously want more. They want more control of the Middle East. So Israel is our inside guy in the Middle East, right? And Israel's next to Iran, next to Pakistan, next to Afghanistan. So we want to take down all these guys. So that was our way in.
Right. So my question is, the people who flew the planes into the buildings, were they working for Osama bin Laden or were they working for the U.S. government?
So they were working for Osama bin Laden supposedly, but Osama bin Laden used to be a CIA operative in the 80s. That's the crazy part. And I remember I said earlier when you're in the CIA, you're always in the CIA.
Damn.
But when they're done with you, they're done with you. They'll throw you into the bus.
But what I'm saying is, did the U.S. government know that these terrorists were gonna take over the airplanes and fly it into the building?
I think there were some. I think there are some officials that are part of it. Yes, I can't say
they live next to Langley or wherever the CIA. I remember it could have been fake that I saw something about that. I saw a video that all those guys lived close to the headquarters or some shit.
I think they were trained by there. Yeah, but Bin Laden was trained by the CIA at one point.
They were all probably just CIA informants, bro.
So because most people say it was an inside job, but then when I ask them who flew the planes, they say it was a terrorist, which is contradicting, right? Because how are the terrorists fly the airplane to the building if it was an inside job?
They were shields,
then it
bro.
wouldn't be terrorists. Then it would be government agents.
So
the government flew the planes into the buildings themselves.
Yeah, false flag.
I mean?
What do they call it?
Yeah.
False
So when I call them terrorists, I call them terrorists for the sake of that's what they call them.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But-
they were actually working for the U.S. government. So what we're saying here is the U.S. government
Or we're
flew
speculating.
the planes into the buildings themselves and blamed it on the terrorists.
I think it's more they looked the other way, like, ooh, this happens, kind of like Pearl Harbor. We were dying to get
But
our.
then if you're saying that, then it must have mean that they knew that these terrorists were gonna hijack the planes and fly it into the buildings, but they just stood by and allowed it.
Yeah, because they're like, because I can say that because look what we got from that. They passed the Patriot Act, and that's when they got legal reasons to spy on everybody. That's when the whole surveillance program started. I was telling these guys the other day. You see, this year they passed a law that the NFL stadiums have a AI program now where they know everybody that's in the stadium. So imagine the NFL just got their hands on this program. Imagine how long the government has their hands on this program for the past 20 years probably, and all that shit was developed after 9/11. So that was one benefit, and then boom, they gave them an excuse to invade Iraq, and then because they had WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. They didn't find no weapons of mass destruction, and then they're like, you know what? These guys next door, Afghanistan, they're bad people too.
Oh, yeah.
So we invaded them too, and then boom, and then after that we're like, oh, Libya is bad people, and then boom, we go and take out Gaddafi, and then Gaddafi around that time was calling out the Federal Reserve and talking shit about the U.S. dollar, how we're all evil, and then we said he's evil, so we took him out, which is just an excuse to get our hands dirty with all these people. It was more of a power control.
That was like 10 years ago, huh?
The what?
Gaddafi.
Yeah. If you look into his speeches and stuff, he was calling out all the corruption and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you heard of the regular news, you said they would think he was a freaking worst person in the world. But that's why. So when I say I just said to make it simple, I oversimplified it when I said it's the inside job. But they definitely took advantage of this situation. Like I'll say with COVID, like we can argue all day why did COVID happen but I don't think it matters no more. Go ahead.
So then it wasn't an inside job. It happened, but then they're like, oh shit, that's good for us. We can do all these other things.
I can say that for a fact.
But then
yeah,
it wasn't initially an inside job, right?
That's still up for debate. But I see what you're saying.
Because if it was an inside job, then that means they planned it and they did it themselves. But if terrorists did it and they're like, oh shit, look what else we could do because of this event. Look all the things we could do because of this event. Then that would mean it wasn't an inside job and it was actually real terrorist attack.
Yeah, like I would love to know when that 9/11 commission report was blacked out.
Which one is it?
The inside job is always gonna be speculation because just like the JFK stuff, like you said, there's no concrete evidence to say otherwise.
Yeah.
But they've definitely took advantage of it ever since. That's when they started surveilling everybody. That's why my boy Snowden got exiled, or he can't come back because he basically told, they're spying on us.
Leaked it.
Yep. That embarrassed the shit out of Obama. 'Cause Obama was spying on freaking other countries, his allies. Like Germany's one of our best allies. He was spying on their chancellor. That shit was hell embarrassing. And then Obama was on record saying before, like, whistleblowers should be protected. They're important part of democracy. That they shed the truth. He did not protect Eric Snowden. He wasn't.
Nah, he was exiled. That fool. It's fucked up.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. So yeah, it's very controversial to say it's an inside job. But I think they definitely, for a fact, took advantage of it. No, can't deny that. To this day, we're still paying for it. It was a pointless ass war.
Yeah.
Well, wars.
How long was that war?
From like 2001 to like we left Afghanistan like 2019, 2020. And that's when ISIS started popping up again. And now they're taking advantage of that and saying they're here in the country.
ISIS was formed by the government, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like it was like one of our government formed little agencies in the other countries.
Yeah, CIA loves these proxy wars, so we'll use ISIS to like fight in like Iran or somewhere else, but then we'll fight ISIS in other places. It's all. Yeah.
Tukey was CIA.
Oh, I don't know about. Was he?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm asking that.
Mike.
said, did y'all know the Crips and Bloods was created by the CIA?
Hit us. What you got?
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard theories that.
Oh no, I've
that
never heard
was,
that one.
You never heard that?
No.
That the government created Crips and Bloods, and like the real OGs, top OGs, are all working for the feds.
Like, one thing for a fact, the CIA flooded fucking California with crack.
To influence the youth to commit crimes and end up in jail, because jails and prison systems are a private company and that you can invest in.
I know that about
and
the
that
whole
if
thing.
the more full it is, the more money it generates.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
So like record labels invest into prisons, and then they direct their musicians, the artists, to promote violence, drugs, sex. So the youth commit crimes and end up in jail. So the jails stay full. So the investors make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like in the 80s, when they started flooding with all these drugs to the hoods and all these urban areas, one thing's for a fact. So like so there's the CIA, right? And then the CIA has their own little black departments within the CIA where like they're secret themselves. So they can't obviously get all their funding from the U.S. government, because then it would have to be all congressional approved. So sometimes they got to think of alternative ways how to make money. So a lot of it is like guerrilla like funding. Like, all right, let's go sell some drugs so we could go fund some freaking proxy war somewhere else.
Yeah.
So was the best way to make money? Fastest best way to make money? Sell drugs.
Yeah.
So and then that's they love overthrowing governments. Like all of South America has been fucked over by the CIA.
Yeah.
Most of and they're always starting these little guerrilla wars where like they'll start these little guerrilla rebels and they'll have them fight the current government.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've been trying to take down Venezuela for the longest.
Yeah.
But I think that's always their main goal is to get funding for every other crazy project they got, because they can't get it all from Congress, because Congress is gonna audit them supposedly. But I think that definitely the record labels and the prison companies are like, oh, this is a great way to make money. This is our way to make money. It's like kind of like the cookie jar. Once the cookie jar is open, everybody puts their hand in the bitch,
Right.
and like they're gonna get their cookie out of it. Does that make sense? But yeah, it's
all a game.
Yeah, it's all a game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people say it's all about the money, but I think it's all about the power.
For sure.
There's definitely people out there with the God complex where they want to rule everything. What do you know about the noble families?
I don't really know anything about them.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Like you guys were talking about it earlier in the kitchen.
Like the Vatican.
Yeah.
And then the elites.
What's the black what? The Black Knights, or what's it called? The
Anunnaki.
The Knight Templars.
Oh, Knights Templar. Yeah.
So what do you guys know about that? They're like a legendary like families, right? They've been around for the longest.
Let Della cook.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know like the how far back it goes and who it traces. I know it does trace back to like Europe and shit like that. And Knights Templars was more from a religious aspect. I guess that was like the beginning, or one of the beginnings for the more occult societies, I guess you could say, secret societies. But they started out as a protection for during the war and the Crusades, like versus the Muslims versus like the Christians and shit like that. They were like think about them as like a contractor
For the Vatican?
for the Vatican to like guide people to the area, and that's what pretty much like kind of started the religious war.
The Vatican is fascinating because it's its own sovereignty.
It's Rome.
Oh yeah, it's like Rome, huh?
That's what people say.
You wonder how much power
Supposedly, Washington D.C. is also its own entity and
yeah,
not part of the United States of America.
Yeah, because technically, Washington D.C. is not part of Virginia or any other. It's supposedly its own city. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Kind of like the Vatican, yeah.
Okay, so first I'll tell you the facts.
For real,
It's
or
its own-
like
it's
this
its
is
own-
like,
No,
like supposedly?
No. The facts is Washington D.C. is not part of any state.
What?
It's its own. It's its own sovereign place. It's still part of the United States, but it doesn't belong to any state.
Damn.
They did it supposedly because the White House there. So
Create its own space.
yeah. But the conspiracy starts from there, where like families run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Pentagon supposedly is run by a certain family. The Federal Reserve is run by another family.
Oh shit. Oh, isn't this in Zeitgeist too?
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
like
right,
family
talking about
ties,
federal
bro.
banking.
Yeah, so but like this shit gets deep. So you know how you hear your typical the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. They're like, no. They're the small players.
Yeah.
Supposedly bigger players on top of them. And I know there's one family called the Gonzaga family. So you ever heard of the school Northwest Gonzaga?
Mm-hmm.
It's named after the family.
Oh.
And like they're
Wow.
a huge power player supposedly.
What's crazy is like those families are just really. Those are U.S. families, right? You got Italian families that are like that. You got French families that are like that.
So damn, I did a little deep dive the other day. So this whole noble family stuff conspiracy it all starts from Italy. Like you know how the whole Italian mob and stuff, they would all report to them. And it just never the Italian mob went away, but the whole power structure didn't.
Right. Different players.
Yeah. But supposedly it's always been the same families running it. And I guess their whole thing is always they always make sure to marry each other. They keep it within the families.
Makes sense.
But it's all hearsay and rumors, but someone has to control all this shit. But I always think about, where does China come into all this? You guys ever hear how China's always been the same? Like the government of China was changed, but it's always been the same. How do I say this? Same.
Bloodline family. What?
Same. It's always been the same idea. It's always been like the
Structure.
same goal.
Which is, do you know?
Just
Red envelopes, money.
Rule the world. Make everything.
Their own goal. So they'll say China. They'll say China's the longest lasting society or government. Even though the name's changed and the government's changed, it's always been
Same conceptual type of government.
I don't know. It's all interesting though.
Dynasties.
What if everything about history that we've learned is a lie?
The odds of everything being a lie, I think, is very, very low.
I think a lot of it is like either gassed up or misconstrued, or when people tell stories, it's like the telephone game where
AKA
it's like enhanced.
I learned this the other day.
There's some truth to it, but yeah.
Chef, I learned this the other day though.
Stretch.
So you heard of the I'm having a brain fart. The old scholar, the Dead Sea Scrolls is the oldest religious text that they found.
Right.
Basically, they found these old religious texts in the caves, written on the caves, and they rewrote them, and they're like over 1,000 years old. So in the Bible, you have your Gospels, right? John, Luke, and so on. Don't quote me on which gospel it is, but basically there's a gospel. We'll say John for the sake of it. There's a gospel of John, right?
I'm gonna quote you.
There's a gospel of John, and then when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, it was the same exact gospel, even though it was 1,000 years old. Nothing really changed. That was fascinating.
It was copied.
That was very interesting.
That was in writing though.
Huh?
So you're saying history in writing has a higher probability of being correct versus being stories
No,
being told?
I just feel like that was a.
I'm talking about stories.
Yeah. Oh, just the stories itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I remember we talked about the samurai. The samurai that kills 200 people, but really he probably killed 20.
Yeah.
But it makes for better impact when you enhance the numbers and stuff.
Or it was like a rock fell and he didn't really do nothing.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying about history,
Yeah, like what if Christopher Columbus was never even real? And like the whole story of him traveling and discovering America or whatever, and then coming here, like what if none of that was real?
Oh, so I got a hard question for
So
you.
he's like Johnny Appleseed.
So
he's just a mythological creature.
Like, yeah, I mean, like how do we know? Like any of those stories are real?
It just matter of just
We just believe it.
Yeah,
Right?
So are we not believing like documentation and stuff like that? Is that what?
I'm like saying like,
No,
how
I'm
do
saying-
we know if it's real though?
That's what I'm saying. I think you can only go off documentation.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we have the Library of Congress now. Like, so we keep everything on record.
Yeah.
So people did start keeping stuff on record.
So that's how we know it's real.
Yeah, the
Ideally,
closest thing
ideally.
the closest thing we have. So you could like imagine 1,000 years from now, we're gonna have all this video stuff. If obviously technology could stay alive or stay updated, then people are gonna say, "Oh, that video is CGI, that video's fake." So that's gonna be the
Tampered and altered.
that's gonna be the challenge. But then hopefully there's gonna be technology that can show if it's tampered or not.
Authenticated.
But yeah, I guess we can only go off of just referencing.
Because a document is really just a story in writing, right?
There's a guy on Rogan talking about what helps historians and people is seeing different people documenting and then referencing if it's
Cross-referencing.
yeah, cross-referencing. I think is the best way to do it. I guess.
Like
Yeah.
the Great Flood. There
Yeah.
was a Great Flood.
Yeah, there was.
Were you there?
I think I was, bro. I'm a Pisces. I was definitely there.
Yeah, speaking of water, man, shit, we just got done with a 3-day water fast. My boy over here is doing 7. He's on day 4. That shit crazy. Let's start off with Berto, man. Minute 20. How was your experience, Berto, with your first 3-day water fast?
Dude,
Or Rob?
I remember the first day we were potting here, like 6 hours in, and I was leaving home. I'm like, I don't think I was mentally prepared. I was like, dude, if I just break now, it won't be as bad. Let's just try again later. And no, stay strong. The next day, I felt great all day. It went really well. Second day went pretty well, but I was working out every day. And then I started at noon, so I had to go to sleep 3 times on water fast. The day before my fast broke, I did cardio, I worked out, did sauna, and I was tired. I went to sleep, and then the next morning I was freaking tired, bro. I was tired.
He's doing a water fast and he sucks out the water from himself with a sauna. It's fucking funny.
I stayed strong. I lost 8 pounds. I felt good, bro. I feel good.
Yeah. You know what you just said right now about how you were like, all right, I'm 6 hours in. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to restart and I could do it later.
Yeah.
So there's a huge power in doing that because you start to see how your mind starts to manipulate you of like start justifying things, and you try to get yourself out of certain commitments or goals. So you start to see like, oh shit, this is really how I got to fight myself every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I said it's a good like reset for the body, but also for discipline for your mind.
That's why I respect the whole Ramadan thing, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they be going crazy.
It definitely, there's power to that discipline.
What do they do? They fast every day. So
They can only, they can't drink or anything during while the sun's up. Drink or eat or anything.
Yeah.
Or eat when the minute the sun rises and the minute until it comes back down, they can't drink or eat anything. And it's okay. Ramadan, yeah. It's during like around the same time Easter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like around 40 days, or I think 45 to 60
I
days.
mean, didn't Jesus fast for 40 days?
That-
Did they teach that in the Bible or something?
I think he did fast 40 days. Yeah. It is possible. You guys ever heard that guy that he fasted for a whole year where he only drank water? He took some vitamins, but he lost like 120 pounds. But it was a whole. But he was part of a research, so he was being monitored the whole time.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you? Your fast?
It was normal.
How many times have you done it?
That was completed probably like 4, but third time and every 3 months.
Do you think you're gonna do 7 days soon?
Well, knowing that he's doing 7 days, I think I have to do 7 days now. Yeah, I'll do 8 now.
Are you gonna look up when is it? Like, are you gonna just go for it? Or are you gonna look
I'm
up?
just gonna do it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not that hard, bro. I'm telling you.
No, but I'm saying like as in like, is there? You think there's any risk to do it? No, I'm sure there's no risk. Huh?
Nah, there's people that regularly do it 5 to 7 days. I know that you get the autophagy benefits after like 48 to 72 hours, but based off your research and wanting to do 7 days, like why'd you choose 7 days?
7 days.
Yeah.
Based on, I didn't really research. That's just my go.
Just talk
See where-
talk a little louder.
So see where see where I can, like, where's my threshold. See if I
Yeah. Just a challenge for yourself.
yeah
Fire.
see where my mind can can take me. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, dude, it was a great mental test.
Yeah,
Pushing
Yeah,
limits.
there's a lot of power to it.
for sure.
I'll do it again this year for sure. And I just love that I lost weight, 8 pounds. I feel
Yeah, every quarter I'm gonna do it. So every 3 months.
yeah, I've been plateaued at like at 255. I can't really pass it.
Yeah.
Now, I finally passed it. I'm at 252 now.
Hey, there
Yeah.
you go. Congratulations,
So
bro.
now I want to fall under 252. I haven't been under 250 in like 8 years. 6. So that's the goal now. But now I'm best shape of my life. So it's gonna be when I was at 240, I was just 240. I wasn't really in good shape.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. I'll probably do it in the summertime again.
So
I might do it sooner, bro. I should try doing it in March.
every 3 months.
Oh, every 3 months?
Yeah, it's every quarter.
Oh, then yeah, I'll do it in March.
Some people be doing it once every week, like 24 hours.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, intermittent fasting definitely helps the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't be eating all the time. No
Are,
way.
are you doing 16-hour fast too?
No,
16-8? No.
no. I'll try to eat till like noon, and then I'll eat try to eat the last meal like 8 or 10, but I'm not very consistent. You?
Yeah. Shit. I eat 3, 6, and 9. 3 p.m., 6 and 9. So that's 6 hours on. And then what's that? 18 off.
Yeah, but yeah,
Is my
you.
math right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
you-
don't exert a lot of energy. I sit down all day.
You-
I work out in the morning, but
I've said this, but I'll say it. They done a study on
chess players.
chess players, but like what we call the master chess players,
Grandmasters.
The
the grandmasters, and they'll track their calorie burns, and in a real serious chess match, they'll burn up to like 4,000 calories.
That's insane.
Just
A lot of
working-
mental power, bro.
Working up a sweat for real.
So
Yeah.
you could burn calories just.
I mean,
It's gotta be, bro. Like
Yeah.
maybe like stress or something.
yeah.
You
They're
know?
probably not sweating, but they're burning calories. A lot of mental power.
Yeah, I would love to see how that's broken down on how the brain is actually exerting that many calories or using that much energy. You know?
Cause you know how you hear people say I'm mentally drained. It's
Yeah.
true. You could really mentally drain stuff.
Yeah,
You're burning calories.
100%.
Cause all calories is what energy in, energy out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see why people do it, bro. I'm gonna for now on. I'm gonna do it this year, quarterly, so I should fast 3 more times this year.
Just do it.
Yep.
I'm doing 7 though. I'm
Ooh.
doing 7. We'll see. Like, all right, the thing about doing 7 though is I love having the energy to work out. And when we're doing the fast on day 2 or day 3, after working out only once, I could feel like, all right, I don't have the energy to really give it my all. But I love when I'm doing a workout and I know I'm hitting that bag as hard as I can and I have the energy to move around. Like, to me, that there's a very good, fulfilling feeling with that.
Yeah, the second to last day on the fast, I did cardio, and then it was a upper body day. I was benching. I had like 225. I was feeling good. Then we hit the sauna, and I was like, I came out feel good. And then my boy was getting a smoothie, so the smoothie takes like 5 minutes to make. So I went to my gym has a boxing little area, so I went to go hit the bag, and I started getting hella lightheaded. I'm like, oh, I reached my limit.
Mhm.
I only have so much energy right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing with that's why you can only do quarterly, because you still need you to gain power. You need power, as in like to gain muscle. But yeah, it was hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. But like, I knew it was gonna be hard, and even though you expect it to be hard, it's
so hard.
it's kind of harder than you think. I couldn't do it. I would not been able to do it by myself. Since I knew Chef was doing it, it was easier. Like, and then I don't want him to judge me.
Yeah. And
I can
he's
feel
in
him
the back
judging
of
me
your
all the
mind.
time.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Have you done any research on diets?
Yeah, one thing I realized, the more research you do, as long as you stay consistent to a certain diet, you're gonna see the benefits. And
Yeah, it's just calories.
yeah,
Calorie
and then
maintenance.
another thing you'll realize sometimes is when you go on a diet is the absence of everything else you left behind. So let's say you go on a paleo diet, which is like no grains, no wheat, no like basically no gluten.
Mm.
So that hasn't not necessarily what you're eating is what you stop eating most of the time with these diets. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You're a big keto guy.
I want to tell Anthony about what I said last pod about since like the I believe since the beginning of human existence. I saw a video saying that we were basically carnivores up until like the past like 2 minutes of human existence, until people started making money off of bread, oils, and like all this other stuff. But since the beginning of time, we always ate meat. So like now there's this huge like shift in trying to push like, you know, different diets that aren't carnivore. You know what I mean? I know you're what, vegan, vegetarian, what is it?
Oh, I'm not no more. I started eating meat again.
Really?
Like 8 months ago.
Let's go. We got him back. Let's go. How you feel?
I mean, honestly, I feel the same.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still the same weight.
For real?
Yeah, ain't nothing changed.
Oh, that's good though.
It's just easier to eat.
Yeah, because when you order tacos, I was like, I wonder what he's gonna get. I don't know if they have plant-based stuff at Chipotle. I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah.
But oh, that's cool, bro. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was like 8-9 months ago.
Nice. What made you make the shift of switching back to
It was just kind of getting a little
the restrictions and stuff?
yeah, it was just getting in the way of like family dinner times.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
my wife loves to cook.
And I bet y'all got some good
And,
ass
like,
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, she loves to cook. So then, like when I wasn't eating meat, you know, it was just hard for her.
Yeah.
When it comes to cooking dinner, you know, stuff like that.
Did you
I
do-
like the kids.
Did you do it for like ethical or like for like health reasons?
Kind of like spiritual reasons, I guess. I mean, if you believe, like my whole argument for it was like to pay back karmic debt.
Oh.
Oh, because of the animal stuff.
Yeah, so like in Buddhism, I mean, you like Buddhism, right?
Yeah.
Their number one philosophy is just not eat meat.
Really?
Yeah, to not
I didn't know that.
to not
bro.
kill animals.
I'm fake Buddhist, bro.
Yeah, to not kill animals, to not harm living things.
Yeah.
So you would only
Oh,
eat
shit.
vegetarian.
Oh,
So Buddhists, real Buddhists, they don't eat meat.
really?
Yeah, like all the Buddhist monks and stuff in the
Damn.
temples, they don't eat meat. They're all vegans.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, so they believe in karma.
Yeah.
So they believe when you eat meat, you're participating in the killing of an animal, which builds up karma in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And then if you have a lot of karma, when you die, you're not going to ascend to the next realm. You're going to get reincarnated back here until you flush your karma.
Whoa.
So that's why they don't eat meat.
Yeah.
You know, they have no desire for money or power. So they've made the decision to live their life all about just flushing their karma so they can go to the next dimension when they die and not get trapped back down here again.
That's Nirvana.
Got you.
Yeah.
Is that Nirvana or is Nirvana
Well,
something else?
Some of them say
Nirvana's a
you go
state.
straight to heaven. Some say
Yeah.
you go to the next stage, which is like another layer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like nobody knows, but
Nobody knows.
the main point is to move on out of this realm, to move on to the next level, whether that's heaven, Nirvana, or just the next level, whatever it is.
You guys remember the story how Buddhism started? The prince? Do you remember or no? I kind of remember it if you want to say it.
Supposedly he was like the son of a king, and he
Yeah.
was like this wealthy prince that lived, you know.
In the palace.
He got tired of his family and just dipped.
He got tired of, you know, being royalty and just left and became homeless.
Well, I think one part in between that was like he would always walk around his palace and thought everything was great, and then one day he wandered out and he saw how many people were poor, how many people were suffering.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why is all this going around? Why is all this going on? And he just kept pondering, thinking about it. And I guess he supposedly went and sat under a tree and really meditated and thought about all this. And that's where all these Buddhism principles came from. And he realized one thing he realized was suffering was inevitable. I can never say the word.
Inevitable.
Yep. So you're gonna suffer no matter what. So and then from there, that's
Yeah, we're guaranteed two things: suffering and death.
and taxes.
Sure. You live in U.S.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and he also said, only thing that's permanent is change.
The interesting thing about Buddhism is one of their teachings is that when you die, it takes 49 days for the soul to reincarnate. And supposedly, in the embryo, the pineal gland begins to form on the 49th day after
Inception.
fertilization or
Oh,
inception
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Wow, that's cool.
supposedly.
Were you there?
Was I there on the 49th day to witness your third eye being formed in the embryo?
Yeah, be careful with this troll. Once you give him,
Don't give me no ammo.
Soundboard.
That's funny.
yeah, Buddhism is cool because Buddha technically a religion, but it's more like a way of life.
That's cool that you
It's
think
a
it's cool.
non-religion.
Yeah,
Because most Christians think it's like demonic.
really.
Yeah, but like hardcore strict Christians, they
Yeah,
think
yeah.
everything that's not Christian is demonic.
Yeah. I'm not your
Like
typical.
they think like yoga is demonic.
Yeah. Yeah, no
Really?
way.
They think like yoga poses are like rituals to summon other gods and other demons into this reality and stuff
Whoa.
like that.
It's a
Mm.
little much.
But like the hardcore ones believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's doing too much.
I think some of the poses are like worshiping the sun and worshiping certain stars and doing certain rituals to open portals for other demons and spirits to enter this realm in your body and stuff like that.
Damn. I never heard of that.
Yeah, some
You heard
people,
that too?
and not that necessarily, not that, but yeah, you hear about how they think a lot of stuff is like demonic.
Anything that opposes their.
Their belief system.
Mm-hmm.
So like anything about astrology is demonic.
Mm.
So they're saying like the only place you need to look for answers and guidance is Jesus and God. Everything else is demonic.
Mm.
I think the only if a real Christian should only say, which this you guys could disagree with, but the only thing a real Christian say is Jesus Christ is their savior. If that's the only thing you should really get away from the Bible is Jesus Christ is your savior. If you disagree with that, that's fine. But all the other stuff is just like, all right, what are you focusing on Jesus Christ, or are you trying to just belittle other people?
Mm. You gotta be like Jesus.
Yeah, reach that Christ consciousness.
Mm.
Kind of that's what makes me think of Nirvana.
I mean, have you guys like researched how to awaken your kundalini?
Ooh, was that?
It's a lot of meditation, yeah. Breathing
so, like-
techniques and
So like even the expert kundalini masters will tell you that it's not a joke, it's not a game
yeah.
for you to sit and meditate and try to awaken your kundalini energy, because once that happens, your reality is gonna shift, and
Yeah.
if you're not strong-minded enough to handle it, you can go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, for a Christian to hear that and like understand that and maybe witness it, like, see, I told you that shit demonic.
Yeah.
So in a way,
I was telling
they
y'all.
kind of have a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even the kundalini masters will tell you it's not just something you can just go do. And,
Yeah. You start to
like,
open.
this is a serious spiritual awakening
Mm.
that will fuck you up if you are not, strong-minded enough to
open
handle
portals.
How do you say that word again?
Kundalini.
And what tree does that come from? Like Buddhism? What kind of?
I think it comes from
It might be-
Hinduism.
yeah,
Oh,
it might be
Hinduism.
Which Buddhism is from Hinduism.
Oh, okay.
The Kundalini.
Yeah, I went to Thailand a few years ago, and we went to one of the temples, and like you got to take your shoes off. When women walk in, they got to put on this robe because you can't
Can't be seen.
Yeah, with the monks, and then and girls are not allowed to touch the monks.
Yeah, because the monks are supposed to be celibate.
Yeah.
They have given up all desire to eat meat, desire to have fun. Well, maybe not have fun, but desire to make money, desire to gain power,
Have fun
desire
with
for sex, desire for love,
Was a
romance.
Gandhi from
Mahatma Gandhi.
he was an interesting character. Some people thought he was creepy because he would sleep in the bed with the naked. Yeah, he would sleep. He would sleep in the bed with young girls.
Gandhi?
To fight temptations.
Lol.
Mm. I remember watching his little movie or whatnot, like in 8th grade, and then like pretty much his whole little movement, and then like how he died. That shit was pretty crazy. They walked up to him and shot his ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what do you call the homeboy now? He's from Tibet. The religious leader.
Dalai Lama.
Yeah, he's not allowed in China
Why?
What did he do?
because
he kissed a little boy, I think.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
Oh, he
man.
did. He put the tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, he's
He
been
was
low-key.
asking the boy to do a tongue kiss.
No.
Oh, he's been low key ever since that, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was bad press.
Collapsing.
I forgot all about that.
That's crazy.
They're like, all right, you gotta go to timeout, Dalai Lama. You're not allowed to do any more interviews.
He's losing his mind from his meditations, dog. It's like Kundalini shit. Kundalini shit got to him. Fuck.
There was these things going around about these monks, I think, in, I don't know if it's Tibet, Thailand, or whatnot, but a gang of them got they all got caught up for doing meth. Did y'all hear about that? It was a big ass crackdown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crackdown.
Little crackdown.
Crackdown?
Yeah, there was 6 of them or something like that.
Funny.
I mean, there's a lot of corrupt Buddhist temples in Vietnam. I mean, some of the temples in Vietnam are made out of gold, and you go there and they're these crazy ass, lavish ass palaces.
It's the irony
And you're
of it.
like, how the hell did they get the money to build this?
Yeah.
So, so for instance, is that the same concept of how people see church out here?
Like how lavish it is?
Well, in that sense, people are just oh, don't trust the churches out here. 'cause
Like a
they
money
just
grab.
take your money and they're
It's probably
supposed
not
to be
as
doing.
I feel like that energy towards churches out here in America is more
Oh, okay.
than in Vietnam. Vietnam is not too many people are saying that about the temples,
Right.
but just some people are noticing it. Yeah.
I got a kind of controversial take when it comes. You know how people get mad at the Joel Osteens of the world, how he's a baller, he makes a bunch of money, he flies private jets, and if you're like, dude, I thought you're a man of God, why?
Yeah.
You don't need all that money and stuff. But my counter argument is, how much should a person make that's teaching spiritual teachings, or that are spiritual helping people? What should be their income? How much should they make?
Well,
Does that make sense?
in that sense, but I don't think.
Less than 200,000.
You get me?
Yeah, but I don't even think they want to be compensated. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how it's in alignment with them.
I'm sure Joel loves being compensated.
Yeah, but I'm talking about spiritual leaders and shit.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about the whole Buddhism belief of they want to detach themselves from everything. So I don't think spiritual leaders want to even.
But then there's a lot of fake Buddhist monks who become monks because they don't have to go to work. They can just, lay around, live the easy life, and have money donated to them in their temple, and you know what I mean. So they don't have to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't have to go grind like normal people.
That's
They
a good
just
point.
pretend to be the spiritual leader, and that's how they live. And they get money for their temple, and they just live a good life doing that.
Ooh, let's do it. You guys
Wait, answer your question though. How much you think they should get compensated?
So what's worth more than a spirituality? So I'm saying there shouldn't be a cap.
That was my initial thing is who's gonna decide that.
Yeah.
It's kind of more of a. Is that a blessing in itself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're a real spiritual leader and people want to donate to your church, and you trust yourself to how to use it.
So they're reciprocated based off impact.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
That
of
would
course
put it.
there's a lot of these guys are they're abusers, they're manipulators, it becomes a code of itself.
Power and greed.
Well, some of these guys are just really good at being pastors, so they end up having arenas.
It's all the same shit between the churches and the temples.
Yeah.
The Buddhist
Yeah.
monks are doing the same thing
Yeah.
as the pastors. They're all
Yeah.
playing the same game.
Yeah, but the crazy part. Let's say we'll say Joel Osteen is he's all talker, he's faker, but the irony of it, there's probably still a lot of people that get good from it. That's the weird part. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's the weird part. So it's that's why I always try to I like to play.
So does power always tempt corruption then? That's what it sounds like.
There's a saying, power leads to corruption, or corruption leads to power. One of the, I don't know. I think so.
Oh, it's power ego driven.
I don't know. I will say so.
Yeah.
Because then I think that goes into the conversation of the ego versus.
But the
or
funny
what-
part
what
is
the ego and,
ego is kind of necessary though.
True.
Cause imagine if none of us had ego, we'll still be living in our own little tiki huts. Cause there's not one person that thinks, yo, we could do better.
What's wrong with the tiki hut, bro? No.
Nah, we could do better.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel it though.
Because I guess ego is necessary, or else we wouldn't have it.
A good amount.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Balance,
yeah,
right?
balance,
Can't have
yeah.
too much, because then you're just H-dog.
Exactly. we got a nickname for Hitler. We call him H-Dog here.
Yeah, Anthony knows a lot about Hitler too.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's always the. That's
Nah, we'll save it for the next one unless
Yeah.
you trying.
How about this question?
You want to cook?
Cook.
No, not beats. Like I'm talking about when you start chopping game information. That means cooking. Like you cooking.
I was gonna ask him this question that I saw that was pretty good. So, is God more powerful than Satan?
Oh yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. Well, he created Satan, so yeah.
Okay. So, is Satan down here creating evil and darkness on this planet?
Yeah. Well, yeah. For oversimplification, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, if God is more powerful than Satan, then how come he don't come down here and stop Satan?
Because Earth to me, Earth belongs to Satan. That's why. So yeah. So we talked about that. So we'll say this is Earth and this is heaven. So let's say you don't believe in God and you go and you have a great moral compass. You could survive Earth without Satan touching you, but you always have to make sure you stay on your moral compass. Or you just connect directly to God and you're always safe, aka the Holy Spirit. But if you don't, then you're always going to be in devil's playground, and you better watch your P's and Q's, or else you're going to fall into the playground. That's
So the question was, or the statement, I guess, says either God is powerful enough to stop Satan and his evil plans, but he chooses not to, or he's not powerful enough to stop Satan's plans.
Yeah.
So you're in the A category. He is strong enough, but he chooses not to.
Yeah, because the earth belongs to Satan. Yeah, that's how I would say it. Oversimplified. Some people are not gonna like that, but that's what I believe. Yeah, it's the devil's playground. I think God learned a long time ago for people to really.
Wait. So did he create Earth for Satan?
No. He created Earth, and then Satan let the
Satan
rebel in
fell.
heaven because of his pride, because he got
And
jealous.
he kicked Satan out.
He kicked
to
Satan out.
Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. So was like, you know what? You can just have that place.
Yeah.
You stay there.
Yeah.
Go with those humans over there.
Satan was the angel of music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Did you know that?
He's an angel of music.
He was an
Oh,
angel of music.
so in the
In music or of music?
Of music.
So-
So he
Of
was
440
like the
hertz?
leader of the music
So you know what's fact?
industry
He was
in
a-
heaven.
he was a com-
Shit,
he was
he
a
was
dude.
Lucian. He was Lucian Gray from.
So I'm telling you that
Universal?
if you go listen to that Kendrick song, it's fascinating, bro. I'm telling you, he's saying he reincarnated from the devil, because he talks about. You got go listen to the last verse, bro. It's fascinating. Not
What song?
reincarnated. Okay, so some backstory. In Genesis, there's the Cain and Abel story, right? And then Cain kills Abel, and then you could, and then after that they'll talk about the lineage of Cain. And you know who's under his lineage? They made weapons and they made music.
Damn.
So that, to me, I got like, oh damn. So music.
So are we minions or what? What are we?
Satan created the 808, bro.
Damn, bro.
But it does say in Genesis that music was created from the lineage of from Cain.
I bet DJ Spins is satanic.
Got to, man. That's just crazy. I didn't know that. There's a lot of shit I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But I know you wake up every day and you got a choice. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that's why I think God, he realized for people to really love him and really have faith, you got to give him free agency. Because the minute you force him to do it,
Yep.
you'll end up getting a Satan or rebels. People are gonna rebel.
You got.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
yeah. And if you don't want to, it's fine. Supposedly, yes, the whole thing he always chooses you, but he can't choose you if you don't choose him. But I think there's other ways to get to God, aka a Buddhist. But it's to get that way, you gotta live a very, very disciplined life, aka Buddhist.
Yeah.
So to me, the cheat code is you say, even though it sounds so cheesy, say Jesus Christ is my Savior. We got to believe it. But it sounds really weird to people say, like, why would not, dude?
You know, my friend is a Christian, but his dad is a Buddhist.
Oh, okay.
And then my friend is always like, man, I don't know what to do about my dad, man. I'm scared for him. Because, like, when he dies, he's going to end up in hell because he's a Buddhist.
Oh, he's that far into it?
Yeah, and I was like, bro, if you were God, right, and your dad died, and your dad is now standing in front of you at the pearly gates, would you send him to hell or would you let him into heaven? My friend was like, I would let him into heaven because I know my dad. I'm like, but you think the real God would send him to hell? So you're saying you are more reasonable than God.
Yeah, I think that's where people get arrogant. They're gonna.
That was cool.
Like, so you're saying you are more reasonable and understanding than God, because you would let him into heaven, but God would send him to hell. Right? So you're better than God, is what you're saying.
Your judgment is better than God's judgment.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I guess I think the thing I got is like, let's say you don't say Jesus Christ is your Savior, right? So when you get to the pearly gates, then you're judged. Then you're judged. And you're like, all right, what did you? Let's see your whole life. Then we'll see if you get led into heaven. But the cheat code is you say Jesus Christ is my Savior, so you get let into heaven. Yeah, you can still yeah, because if you really believe and say Jesus Christ is your Savior, then yeah, that's why Jesus died on the cross for you to be saved. But you got to believe it, or you got. You're just saying it. You don't believe it. God's gonna know. But that's the funny part. If
That's
even
doing too much, man. That's where you that's too much for me, bro.
But that's what. But
it's way too much.
It's all
that's how it is.
No, that's not how it is.
But that's why you can live your life
No.
and live your life right. And then if you live your life right, you probably get let into heaven.
Yeah.
But knowing me, I'm a sinner. If you leave it up to me, I don't think I'll get into heaven.
I think it's all a point system, bro. You get a bad point, you do something bad. You get a good point, you do something good, bro. And based off the points at the end, they be like, all right, let's calculate your shit, bro. All right, you one short. Get your ass down there. You fucked up too many times, bro. That's how I see it, bro. It's all karma, cause and effect, bro. That's all it is.
I think in the Egyptian culture, they have a god that's his whole thing.
See, bro, I just be saying this shit, and then now there's gods that sound bad shit.
I think it's
Anubis.
See,
Yeah.
Come on,
Anubis,
bro.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Gonna weigh your heart. And,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let him explain it.
He's like
Give him the mic.
he's like their Hades.
I think he has a scale, so they're gonna weigh your heart.
Yeah.
They're gonna weigh your heart, and on the other side it's gonna be a feather. If your heart is heavier, then I forgot the whole thing. But if something's heavier, then it'll determine where you go.
Ain't nobody's heart lighter than a feather, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's going to hell.
Yeah.
Hey, what weighs more though? A pound of bricks or a pound of feathers?
No, the real question: what takes up more space?
Damn, I don't know. Hey, ChatGPT, help me.
I know a pound of yay costs more.
Hey, no one said nothing about yay, man. What the fuck? No booger sugar over here.
He's talking about Kanye West, a pound of Kanye West.
He's in Japan right now.
You from the east side? Just playing. All right, I think that was a good second episode, man. Shit. Any last calls, last words, anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
Shout out to Jesus.
Make sure you believe in Jesus.
I'm joking. No, that was fun, man. These are fun. I know we're all over the place, but I hope you guys bear with us.
This is all thought provoking. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, leave any comments, any thoughts, any guys, anything we should talk about?
You got anything? Ant?
Yes.
You want to say anything before? Any of the words of wisdom or anything? No. Oh shit. Yeah, all this information is fascinating, but like I said, every day you wake up, you got a choice to become a better person. You want to tally up a good point on the positive side or a negative side, so just wake up every day and make the right decisions and just be a good person, man. Make sure your heart is lighter than that fucking feather, man.
Yeah.
And that's it. Shit.
The Hangover Pod.
All right, peace.
We out.
Peace.